Namaste. Welcome to another talk show, Talk with Gulshan Bafna. Today we have a top industrial fashionist. She's passionate about her work and wants to be instrumental in presenting the true Indian culture to the world of fashion, as she believes there's a lot to explore and discover in the Indian culture. She recently showcased her collection, The Queen's Closet, at the Lakme Fashion Week at Mumbai, which was a soaring success. Few celebrities, such as Sohali Khan and Shreya Saran, they have walked the ramp for her shows. Let's welcome Kavita Agarwal. It's an privilege and honor to present such ladies in my show. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here with you.
Are you excited for the talk show?
Yeah, yes, very much.
So the flow of the show is like this. We'll have certain questions of 6 to 7 from your experience and learnings of your life so that the next youth or the present generation gets inspired and does something big like you. So let's get started. What made you enter into fashion designing?
It was my childhood passion, Gulshan. I was fascinated about dresses, designing, colors, embroidery. So some way there was a wish within me that I want to become a fashion designer. So I've learned designing a little bit before then I got married. So I never realized that I'm going to enter into the fashion industry as a professional. But I think after my marriage, after a few years, I have joined this path of infinitism where I've done this 16 session course with my beloved Mahatriya. That's where I realized there's so much human potential that if you experience yourself, you can do so much in life. So one thought was running in my mind listening to him was, why not do something and in a way I can give back to the society, or I can have more and more people, I can give employment to people, being instrumental in doing that. And also I'm very passionate about designing. So that just a small thought during the session, and I wrote in my book in bold letters that I want to become a fashion designer. And then I shared this thought with my husband that I want to become a fashion designer, and he was so happy. And my entire family, including my husband, they all supported me. Then I joined the Fashion Institute. So it was like then I realized, oh, my dream is coming true. So I did the diploma course into fashion designing and did one show under the mentorship of Miss Neeta Lula. And I received the most glamorous collection award during that time. And that was a kick. So I
Wonderful.
realized, and the family pushed me that you can actually go ahead. So that was something which drove me towards this industry, and I started doing it as professionally and launched my own label, Kavita Agarwal.
So you should be blessed to have such husbands who supports you on doing
Truly,
your passion.
yes.
You are so blessed. And being having this as unknowingly this as your passion, it's a very great thing. Developing and kindling it outside and making it very big. So that should be a very good inspiration. You do never know what you have inside. So just keep following your things that you keep doing it, and if you see a passion in it, develop it, and you can be big. That's a great learning. In the fashion designing industry, there's always a thing. If I give an order, I don't get it on time. It is a trend setting or it is a common culture. So how do you handle the timelines of deliveries?
Situation first, I see me as a consumer, as a customer. Like before entering into this field, whenever I used to go out to my designers for my outfits, or I was always a person. Tell me whatever date you want to, but I want it on that day.
Okay.
I cannot take it. Yeah. So that was my standpoint always. And I think my designers, they knew my nature, and I was blessed to get everything on time. I don't know how, but I used to convince them, and I used to get it on time, because that is one thing which as a consumer I really like it, because I know I have to keep my things ready before the functions or the dates or whenever I have to wear them. So
Exactly.
when it comes to my client, initially I faced a lot of problem in, like, problem is the wrong word, but then I have seen it with my clients. Like whenever they used to come, no, everyone says they'll give on time. We don't trust. But it was hard to convince them. But I told them I will give it on time, and then slowly they have realized that when you go to Kavita Agarwal, you get your things on time. So like I give a date of 10th. So my things will be ready by 8. So I need that buffer time, because I can put up those dresses on the mannequins, look
Okay.
at them, or the final finishing if I have to do. So I try to give it on time, because it will be very easier, because I have personally experienced that and I like it. So that I think it's easy to meet the deadlines. I need to pre-plan my team. I sit with the team and we pre-plan that how we are going to do. It's not taking up all the orders and getting it occupied with the work and not giving it on time. Let it be a few orders, but let me give it on time.
Okay.
So my team is also got accustomed to the same thing.
So unknowingly, you have developed a culture in your team to be on time. It's a
Yeah,
very
that is, I
wonderful
think, one
standpoint.
of our strength. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good strength. I said, being having a standpoint and sticking to it can gain your
Yes.
trust with the customers. So that's
Yeah.
the very good learning. So moving on to the next one, 3 tips on why to have a fashion designer. If yes, what impact can it make? If I have a fashion designer, what impact will it make it to me?
See, it's not that always you are able to choose for yourself, though I involve my clients to choose their colors, because as a designer I can understand their mind, their liking, but sometimes people are not able to take decisions. Even they need to build up that confidence within them ki what they are choosing is right. And somewhere apart from that, like, everyone has a different body type. So few things people don't know, they don't have the knowledge about ki if I wear this, like how the stripe should be on me, it should be vertical, it should be horizontal, how it is going to look on me. So all those small things, like when you have a fashion designer into your life, and nowadays it's a trend also, everyone has their own stylist also. So they will guide you on the upcoming trends, what is coming up, what looks good on you. And also it will really help people to come up and look beautiful the way they are actually. And I personally, like, when it comes to me, like when people comes to me, I feel definitely they need some guidance. At the same time, I really want them to be open up with me about their nature, how they look at life, what is their nature, what colors they like, what kind of person they are.
Okay.
So it should reflect into their personality. So definitely a fashion designer or a stylist will be very helpful, because they try to understand your mood, your way of how you love the colors, how you want to wear, and all, and they'll guide you on the upcoming trends, or how sometimes we don't try new things also, thinking it will not look good. But with
Okay.
the help of a stylist or a designer, you can try new things, and you really feel, wow, I can try this, because I experience this with people coming to me. So it's again a beautiful feeling to have one with you.
So it makes us present more energetic with the fashionist.
Yes, because you come to know many things about fashion with them.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't try new things, so they are confident about, because they are into the field, they know about fashion, so they can tell you it will definitely look good on you, try this, believe me. And when they try and 100% they feel good, so for them it's something new, and they feel we can try things. So that is the job of a designer or a stylist into your life. They will expose you to different things which actually are good for you, which you try to avoid actually.
So having a fashionist with me and designing things for me. So when I go for any meetings or anywhere outside to present myself, if the dress itself gives an extra energy to me, the meeting would be awesome. So you are meaning to say it can add a positivity in my way of life
Yeah,
indirectly.
definitely. Yes, because it builds up that confidence in you, and
Exactly.
it reflects your personality.
Ex-
Because one thing what I have observed is, when I involve my clients into the designing process, I talk with them a lot. If somebody comes to me for a customization, I sit with them, I talk to them few times. Like, I want to understand what kind of person they are. So I
Okay.
try to make sure the outfit which I'm going to design for them, it should reflect their personality. It
Okay.
should build up that confidence in them. So definitely when you go for a meeting or to a party, it's a beautiful feeling. You feel more confident, you feel more
More
energetic.
than a meeting, a party would give us more confidence because it shows, it gives you
Yeah.
more
I think
brightness.
anyway, even in a, yes.
Exactly. Okay. So, what is the biggest mistake you have made? And surely from mistakes we learn. So, what is the learning from the mistake as well?
I think, Wilson, as such, a biggest mistake like that, I have not done anything.
Okay.
And it's a learning process anyhow. Like I plan what I'm going to do next, and sometimes few things click and few will not, but then again it's a learning process. So I understand from the experience what are the steps to be taken ahead next, or what I don't have to take. I just sit, make a plan and move ahead. So it's like looking at the experiences,
To
I
hear
just flow
from
with the
you
flow.
that you don't see the mistake itself as mistake, and instead you see mistake as learning. Even if this
Yeah,
doesn't go wrong, you say this is a learning from me. I think so. That one line itself is it's an insight for all of us. You don't see
yeah,
mistake
because
as
sometimes we
mistake and
need to
see as a
take risk
learning.
also. Yeah, we need to take risk also sometimes.
Exactly.
So I think it's fun. I learn out of it and I grow out of it.
It's a very different learning for me today. As seeing a mistake as learning and being enjoyable with that learning. It's a very good thing. The three best experience that you have cherished in fashion trend and setting.
Yeah, it's very interesting, very joyful for me. I think the first thing when I come up with a collection, so I go with a theme. As a team we sit, we discuss what theme, like you were talking about the Queen's Closet, the recent Lakme collection. So we do a lot of research about the queens from India and how these royal queens used to look so elegant, so dressed up, the
Okay.
way they used to carry themselves. So there's a lot of research goes into it. We create a mood board. So designing a collection, it's so much of fun. It's a beautiful experience.
Okay.
So once so because we see things coming up one by one, we choose the colors, then we start the outfits, we design the outfits. When they get ready, we do some changes sometimes, but it's fun. So that one experience to see the whole collection, the process of making the collection, and once the collection is ready in front of you, or when I see it on the ramp, present it on the ramp, it's an amazing feeling. It's a very beautiful experience. And secondly, when you say when a customer comes to me for a customization, so to understand the customer, like what the client wants, it's a very beautiful feeling to interact with them, know their moods, know what is going on in their head, how a bride looks at her wedding.
Okay.
So what are her thought process for the wedding? What she has dreamed as a child, that when I become a bride, this is what I'm going to wear. So I just want them to pour out everything what is going on in their head. So again, it's a very beautiful experience. And even the moms, when they come with the kids, they say, I want this dress for my daughter. But I say, please give me some time with your daughter. I just
Okay.
throw pencils. I just give them papers. I just want to talk. What is your favorite cartoon character? What colors you like? Can you draw something for me? So I just want to understand the child. So I really love this experience, actually being with my clients, understanding their moods, and then to design for them. And finally, one more thing, the third point I would love to say about the experience is when the customization is done, when the outfit is ready, and when I see the big smile on my client's face and a message from them, "Hey, it was so beautiful. Thank you for creating a lovely moment for me." That is the beautiful part, I think, that I cherish a lot as an
Never
experience.
seen anywhere a fashionist, you know, having a enjoyable conversation on listening what I have in my mind. Even I have, even during my marriages or my marriage time, and with the when we had marriages in family, we used to go to a designer and see and tell them ki bhaiya my marriage is on this date, this is the timing, it is an outdoor function, so show me clothes like this. I have never seen what is in your mind, tell, speak to them and get this done. I think so I have to rethink on whom should I go for next collection. It was a wonderful learning. Thank you so much. Your tips in fixing goals in fashion industries.
See, when I started, it was very small, like in a very small room. At that point of time, the excitement was, okay, I'm doing something out of my comfort zone. I'm becoming an entrepreneur. I'm getting into business. I'm becoming a fashion designer. People are going to wear my clothes. So at that point of time, all that was fun. But at that point of time, what is my goal? Where I'm going ahead? So it as time goes, the goals are different. When you reach
Right.
one goal, like, and then you go to the next, and then you go to the
What's
next.
next? What's next?
So recently, for me, my biggest dream was to be at Lakme Fashion Week. So
Okay.
I've reached that goal, being a part of the Lakme. Now my mind says, what next? How Kavita Agarwal can reach to more people and bring in like more and more happiness with my clothes. and helping women around how they can discover their beautiful selves. So again, the next goal is how can I reach people? So that is what, like one goal, and then what's next? What's next? Learning, growing, and then implementing a few things and going to the next goal.
You wanted to show the Indian culture more. So what was the mindset behind sticking towards the telecasting of Indian culture?
Because Gulshan, I believe there is a lot in Indian culture. India is a diverse country. We have so many religions. Everyone has their type of wearing the clothes. Like everyone has a different culture. And you see, you go north, when you see Kashmir has a different kind of embroidery. When you see south, it is different. North, south, like everywhere you see. So like when I go to Rajasthan, when I see Jaipur, when I see the kind of colors what people use, like, there are a lot of hand embroideries across India which actually we have not explored yet.
Okay.
So I find it very interesting because what I can pick up something new as a theme and bring that Indian culture to the international platform, again, it's a big dream for me, which I'm working on. So I love the Indian culture. I'm very fascinated about the palaces.
Okay.
And when I see the monuments, all these places, they really, like, you see the Indian architecture, there is so much depth into that, like how the carving is done. So I really get fascinated about all these small things. So most of my collections come to my mind during my traveling, like when I travel a lot, or here also, like I observe things a lot.
Okay.
I observe them, it goes into my mind, I try to absorb them, and I just try to put it in a way of my collection. So like the first collection which I've designed during my show was the chandelier theme. So
Okay.
it was like all inspired with the big chandeliers. When I've been to a palace, I've seen a lot of chandeliers and all. So the whole theme was inspired by chandeliers and how I can make it as an embroidery, or how I can design the outfits where it looks like so illuminating and all those things.
Okay.
So again, inspired by the Begums of Hyderabad, I designed a collection called Begum Saiba, how they used to get dressed up. So this is how
More
I
of
try to,
telecasting the Indian culture to the world, where
yeah.
even
Then
the
I
Indian
visited
doesn't know
Taj Mahal.
what the culture is.
Yeah. I visited Taj Mahal. I saw the Nakashi, like how it is there. The Pietra Dura, which is called in English, like how they used to use all the colors and all. So I was so fascinated. So for me, it was an ode to Pietra Dura. So I have designed a whole collection inspired by that. So this is how it becomes interesting, and there's so much in India which I really want to explore and present it to the world.
Very much interesting for me to know many things about culture. Surely there would be many more things in culture which I would wish the world would see it as trend from your side. Analyzing on your competition and co-working with them, how are you benefiting out of it?
See, I always believe competitions are healthy. Whenever I see my competitor, I know where I'm standing, because if I don't have a competitor, I will never know where I'm standing. So looking at them, it's an eye opener for me. I understand, am I going with the pace or not? Where am I standing? Because every designer works differently. Everyone has their style of designing. So I think competitors are always from there. I get a lot of inspiration. I learn from them, and co-working with them, I think that I have never come across. Maybe in future somewhere, as designers, if there is a platform where we can work together, definitely I'm open for it, because you learn a lot from your competitors. They give you a kick to move ahead. Actually, this is how I see them.
So we should take this as working with your co-platformer or competition gives you more ideas than thinking, if I work with them, I will lose my customers, he will take my customers, that like that. So you
Working with
always
them,
benefit from your from your collaboration. It is nothing that
yeah,
you lose.
no. Because I believe in this industry, everyone has their own style, own way of designing. So people,
So you
what they
always
like, they,
learn. So
yeah.
you, when you start collaborating, you learn from them and you inspire from them, which will actually
Given
lead.
an opportunity, given an opportunity, definitely, if there is something there, I will look forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That was. How do you segregate yourself from fashion designer to homemaker?
See, both are two different fields for me.
Exactly.
I think when I am happy as a homemaker, very much organized at my home place, very much focused towards my duties towards my home, my responsibilities, that gives me a kick to be a better fashion designer. If
Okay.
I'm messed up here, I'm not able to focus over there. So I think this is the biggest thing what I've learned from my beloved Mahadriya, this and that. And there's a lot of inspiration around. I have seen women how they are balancing both the lives, their professional life and their personal life. So that gives me a kick, that gives me a lot of inspiration. And I plan my day ahead, like what I'm going to do tomorrow. And during festivals or something coming up in the family, I know these are the things I need to be there with my family. So I plan things towards my work accordingly that I'm not going to be available during these dates, or if I'm going to be available on what times I'm going to be available.
Okay.
So I think that is one thing where I organize and plan my duties, and then it is fun. And more importantly, to all the women who are working and at the same time they are homemakers. I think this is the best gift. Like if we are organized at home properly, if we know how we are going to plan our day, and if you're peaceful at home with everything organized, I think it really gives a kick to work professionally. You can just go ahead the way you want. I think that's one thing, balancing and working this and that. It's fun for me actually. I enjoy it a lot.
Okay. So in Berkeley, you have more time management itself in your working culture and life, and you introspect on the time management so that you be peaceful at both the place and eventually enjoy it also.
Yeah.
Your advice on selection of ethnic wears for function or parties?
Yeah. So when someone comes and they ask, what do I select for my wedding? Like I told you, I just want to understand that person, like how much an outfit gives you that comfort. One has to be comfortable in the outfit also. That is again very important. If you're
Exactly.
choosing some ethnic wear, it's not necessarily this is in trend or this is something, but you need to look at the comfort level also, because ethnic wear you'll wear for the weddings at least for 2 hours or more than that.
Exactly.
So it should be very comfortable, and colors you can choose according to the seasons also.
Okay.
Yeah, like summer you can go for a lighter tones,
Okay.
something like that,
For the
which
main
is the
event.
traditional. Yeah,
These are for the main. I will not go to fashionist if it's my uncle's marriage or somewhere. So if it's for a lighter events or marriages, what would be your advice on how do you select things? How do we go and select our general dresses from the shops?
yeah. First look at the comfort
Okay.
and just make your mind like you have choices even for men and women. Like ethnic, mein, there are kurta chudidars, there are lehengas. So depending like how close the family is, you really want to get dressed up too much, then you can go for according to the relation you share with the people. Like you really want to get dressed up, or you're a personality, you want to dress up. There
Okay.
are people. So according to that, you can go for the outfit. And colors definitely what are your liking, and also like looking at to the season also,
Okay.
you can choose
You
the
should
colors.
consider both
And
the facts of
more importantly how much you are comfortable in the outfit. That is something very important, and the fitting of the outfit is very important, because once you have worn the outfit, it should not bother you to the entire function, or your mind should not go, you should just you should just enjoy the outfit.
So
So
I take it
choose
as
the colors you
basically
like.
your dress
Yeah,
should be more comfortable than anything else. So just for
yeah,
trend
comfortable,
setting,
and
I
the
cannot
proper
get a
fitting
dress.
is
Yeah, I cannot take a
comfortable and the
discomforting
proper
dress
fitting.
or not looking perfect dress. So you should have a comfort. That's the major factor. Second, choose the trend setting and your likes with the likes and dislikes. If you
Yeah,
go with
and
these
fitting
things,
is something very important.
fitting is much more important. So it should be according to your body shape, like you said.
Yes. Yeah.
If you have this, you would look a bit perfect and energetic in the functions.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So the last one is, what is your secret to success in life?
Secret to success, like I feel the keep going mantra is
Okay.
always, it keeps me going on. I keep asking myself, what next? Learn out of my experiences. Work hard, work smart.
Okay.
Keep going is the mantra towards success. What next? It just keeps me going on.
So every stage that you say what's next, what's next, what's next. So
Yes.
that keeps you motivated and pushed. Even if it's a failure, okay, I've learned from this. Now what is the next? Now what is next?
Yeah. And I've learned one thing more importantly from Mahadriya, like if I achieve something also at point of time, I feel happy about it, and at the same time, I am dissatisfied. So I've learned one phrase from happily dissatisfied. If
Okay.
things keep makes you satisfied about what you have achieved or something, there's nothing that you look forward to grow. So like happily satisfied, but then what next? So
So it was an amazing interview with you. We have come to the end. It was wonderful hosting you here, and I have learned a lot on a means of living life from your inspirations, from your learnings, and even on how do we trend ourselves into the fashion industry. It was a very good learning for me, and thank you so much. Even the next generation people would have learned a lot on how to be more energetic just by wearing a good dress for a normal, even for a normal day, not only for a function or functions or parties, even for normal days. How do you choose dress? I have learned a lot today from you.
thank you,
Thank you so
Gulshan.
much.
It was a pleasure being here, and I hope somewhere it will be. I'll be instrumental in helping people and understanding a little bit about
That's
fashion.
very much instrumental for many people, even to get a basic knowledge on how do we choose our basic fashion trends, not to go on functions and parties, but even for a day to day. Thank you so much. It will inspire many people, and in youths, it will inspire many younger generation people also from this interview. Thank you so much for your time and values.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Gulshan.
Thank you. Another talk show talk with Gulshan Bafna.